Good morning, everyone. It's Rose Coleman coming to you live from my craft room here in snowy Alberta, Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Oh my goodness. We got quite a bit of snow last night, and it's the wet, heavy stuff. Ooh, perfect for making snowmen, but it's April 16th, and I'm not really in the mood to make a snowman, so I'm going to stay here in my craft room and make this card with you. How are you doing? Thank you for joining me. If you're joining me live, I'd love to know you're with me. Even if you're watching the replay, I'd love to know where you're joining me from. It's always nice to know who's here. Hi, Kim. Good morning. Good morning. I got my cushions put in the shed. I had them out for a few days. We had some nice weather. And then with the forecast calling for snow, I got them in. My husband and I put them in the shed last night. So no cushions on the chairs today. Just about this much snow. Oh, you know what? It's good for the farmers. Good for the farmers. Anyway, you guys hear me talk about the snow all the time. And some of you comment and say that you love the snow. So I don't want to be a Debbie Downer when it comes to the snow. If you love the snow, then you're going to love today because we've got some more of it here. Hi, Donna from Pender Island. Hello, Cynthia from Tacoma, Washington. Thanks for being here, everyone. Today, I have another fun card for you with the Hooray for Surprises bundle from the mini catalog. Now, this one here is is a bundle. You can get 10% off of it right now, but it's carrying over. So here's the good news. I got two good news. One good news, it's carrying over, and the second good news item is that you can get it now before April 30th at 10% off. So bundles, the first time they're introduced in the Stampin' Up! Catalogs, they are 10% off. So you want to grab this one. I'm also going to feature something that is near and dear to my heart, and it's leaving. It is retiring. I'm so sad about these dies retiring, and they're still available. I go check momentarily before I go live and check and see if I'm giving you the right information, and these are still available and they are discounted. I'm also going to feature Designer Series paper. Hi, Kathy. Hello, hello. That is beautiful. A big pack of 48 sheets of 12 by 12, and it's half price, and it is still available. So you're going to want to grab that. What else am I featuring on my card today? I don't know, a whole bunch of stuff and some really pretty colors. And I'm going to teach you a technique of how to use these dies, because some people have said, I've looked at those, well, I'm not quite sure how to use them. So let's dive into this today, and let me show you what I've come up with here. Judy says, more snow, you can have it. Started planting my flowers outside. Yeah, I never know what the good date to plant a garden here. It's definitely in May. I think typically I've waited till after May long weekend. Like, that's almost June, right? Like, it's crazy how late and short the growing season is here in Calgary. So if you can start your plants inside, then great, you can do that, right? I like to do container planting because then I can move my containers around the deck into the hot spots, you know. And yeah, this year in my garden, I think I'm going to plant some sunflowers against the fence because they're pretty hardy and they grow really, really tall and they're beautiful. I've done them in the years in the past, and I haven't done it. And I told my husband last summer, I'm like, we're doing sunflowers this year because they will last, right? Okay, enough about gardening, enough about the weather and the snow and all of that. Let's focus on something we can control, our own crafting, right? So let's get started. Thank you all for your orders, you guys. Thank you so much for using my host code and placing your order. If you hit that $60 mark, you're going to get my 5-card kits. If you hit the $100 mark in the month of April, I'm sending you a prepaid shipping box full of retired supplies of my own that I am finally letting go of. Sometimes we hold on to things, right? And I cannot fit anything new in my craft room until I give some of it away to my lovely viewers and my amazing customers who I appreciate with all my heart. So thank you all for your orders. Yesterday, I had my friend over. We were kitting up all of the stuff from last week, and there was so many people, you guys. We had lots and lots of orders. I'm so grateful, and we're doing 5 cards each, so it was like a lot of cards prepped and cut. Didn't get them all done. Gonna finish them up today and get them in the mail to you, as well as the boxes. So I got lots on my plate today. And Tuesday is my crazy day. I always call it my crazy day. I've got a lot going on Tuesday. So I got my coffee in my big mug. I might need another one for sure to get through this day, but it's okay. It's all good. This is my happy place. I love it down here. So let's get started and I'll share all the fun features of my card today. Here we go. No voice, I'm muted, Tommy says. I'm not quite sure. Anybody else? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. If you have problems with your video, go out and come back. Leave Facebook and come back if you... Oh, I see lots of thumbs up. Okay, so it's not me. Okay, perfect. All right, let's flip the camera and get started. Hi, Ethel King. Good morning to you. Good morning. Wendy from Illinois. Hello, hello. All good. Cheryl says, thank you so much, Cheryl. Appreciate that. Okay, let's flip the camera. There is my, the green check mark. You can hear me just fine. Okay, awesome, guys. Thanks so much for your feedback. Okay, so there's my host code for this week. The week is February. Oh my gosh, no. It looks like February. It is not February. It is April. April 15th, which was yesterday. That's a Monday date. My special goes to Sunday, the 21st of April. Okay, trying to straighten up my screen here. Oh, bear with me. It's my camera mount. Sometimes it just has to be adjusted. Please bear with me here while I adjust it. Get it straight again. Okay, I think I've got it. Whoops, sorry guys. I know it's not the best view of my hand and everything. All right, I think I've got it. I got it. All right, so we're going to dive in here and straighten up my screen. Okay, you see my hands. All right, first things first. Let's talk about the bundle. Let's move everything off to the side. I'll bring in this bundle. It's called Hooray for Surprises. Now, I love this one. This is an amazing set for a lot of reasons. The stamps are photopolymer. Look at the greetings. I love it. They are perfectly sized, I think, for any of our punches. The dies that come with it. You're simply amazing. Make a wish. You're the best. Sending you lots of love. Like so many amazing greetings. And then we've got a cake. I did that one yesterday. We've got flowers here and hearts. And when you pair it with the dies, you're going to save 10%. And let me show you what they look like. You get a set of 12 dies. Hi, Joan from Washington State. Thank you for being here. You get a set of 12 dies. Let me just separate these out and give you a little bit of an overview of these dies. So on the screen here on my magnetic sheet, you can see these dies here. We have hearts. What is the code for the bundle? Okay, thank you. I'm going to grab that for you. The bundle is on page. Let me grab that. I should have had this opened. Let's see. I'm so busy thinking about the other things. Okay. Sorry, guys. Here we go. The bundle is 162858. Yep, page 13 is where it's featured. And then the bundles are also featured at the back. There's an index for bundles. So, but the main one is on page 13 of the mini catalog. But if you're shopping online, you probably would prefer the code. So I do like to give you the code. So it is on page 13 right here. So you can see down the bottom. Thank you, Marie. Thank you for that. Down the bottom, you see I said in red, it's staying, but it's going to be separate, which means you're not going to get the 10% off, right? So thanks, Krista. Thanks for typing that. I appreciate it. Yes, 162858. It is $64.75. Amazing little bundle. Okay. Get it at 10%. That's my recommendation. Okay, so on this magnetic sheet, we've got 9 of the dies that coordinate. We've got the heart here, right? So we can cut out this shape. If you just want to do a heart with some polka dots, there's a die for polka dots. Love it. There's a die to cut out the flower. There's some sprigs here. We've got leaves. We got a little die to cut out this little flower. Then we've got this funky one. We're going to play with that one in French. Oh, thank you, Marie, for the French code. Yeah, thank you so much for that. Then we've got another die right here, another really nice die for flowers. But these here, these 3, there's actually 4 dies that are going to make this Hooray for Surprises and interactive. These 4 here, guys, are the ones that you're going to get. The recipient is going to be able to see these little bumps on the card and be able to pull something off. Yeah, we're missing Jen Jen. Jen Jen, where are you? I think this is too early for Jen Jen. My time is too early, and I apologize, Jen. I'm so sorry. Okay, so we're going to bring in these. We're going to play with these ones. I want to show you how to make different cards this week using these interactive pieces, because this is where it's at, right? I've never seen Stampin' Up! Come out with these interactive cards before. So this is a really fun set. Okay, so I want to share with you how we're going to make this card. So we're going to use... let me share with you the pieces, the parts, though, that I want to really outline. Okay, scallop contours dies. Oh, my goodness, you guys. I've had these in my collection for a very long time. They're on page 166 of the annual catalog. Regular $48. They are now on sale 30% off. And yes, they're still available, but not for long, I'm sure. $33.60. If you're new to Stampin' Up, even if you're not new, you need these in your life. You're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 scallop rectangles. I have loved these for a very long time. Used them in classes, used them on scrapbook pages, and they are so sadly leaving. Okay, but not yet. You can still get them. You also get this scalloped edge die. There's a set of 8. Now they did coordinate with the stamp set, the color and contour. Is it color and contour? Yeah, color and contour stamp set, and I put that code in, and it is unfortunately sold out. So these two, you could still play with them, you guys. You could cut this out of a flower, out of cardstock, crumple it up. Ah, thank you, Deborah. Crumple it up, put a little rhinestone in the center, put it on top of this twig. So don't rule these out, even though the stamp set's sold out. Do not rule out these. Whoa. Something just happened there on my computer. Did you hear that? My music kicked in. That's really strange. Okay. Whew, that freaked me out a little bit. Okay, so these dies. Get them, guys. I think they're worth it. I really do. You're going to love them. And they are very hardy. They will last a long, long time. Okay, so that's what I want to feature. That, as well as we're going to play with designer series paper from the annual catalog on page 129 at the bottom down here, the Delightfully Eclectic 12 by 12. It's a big, massive pack of paper, 48 sheets, and you're going to get it half price for only $20.50. So we're going to play with a pattern from that package. We're actually going to play with this really pretty pattern right here. I love the fresh freesia flowers. I love the clips of coral. There's so many colors in this paper that you can pull out, and we're going to play with a couple of those colors today. Okay, now that I've got all that housekeeping stuff out of the way and showed you what I'm using, we're going to start with a piece of fresh freesia, 4 1/4 by 11. So I've just taken the piece of cardstock, cut it down the long side, right? So we get 2 pieces of cardstock, 2 card bases. I'm going to bring in my paper trimmer, and we're going to score it at 5 1/2. So we'll pop that in here. We'll score at 5 1/2. Whoops, get my cutting blade out of the way. We don't want to cut, we want to score. So I'm going to score it at 5 1/2 like this. Okay, it's going to be a side opening card today. Thanks for all the love, you guys. I see your love. Okay, so let's grab my bone folder and give that a good press to make it nice and smooth so that it sits flat. Next thing I'm going to do is bring in a scrap piece of Night of Navy. Now I'm looking at my scallops. Any of these would work, but I'm going to bring in this one right here. I love this one for a couple of reasons. It's scallop all the way around, and then it's got this little bit of stitching on the inside. So we just need one of those, so I'm going to cut that out. And we're going to just bring in my machine here. While I'm at it, I'm going to also bring in the scallop contour dies, and we're going to cut this one right here. This is a fantastic little greeting one. So we're going to grab that one, and we're going to cut that one out as well. Okay, let's move my card off to the side, grab my machine, and I'll show you how this goes together. Okay, so I am a big fan of putting the blade down, pointing upwards, and then putting your cardstock on top. And I find that cuts really, really well. So let's do that with both of these. Now, I didn't give myself a very big piece of white, but we're going to try it and see if it works. Okay, so we'll put the top piece on, press that down, and here we go. Rolling through. Crack, crack, all the sounds, right? Okay, let's see what we've got here. Okay, we've got our scallop rectangle. Look at that. Easy peasy. Look at that. I'll hold it close so you can see. Can you see that nice stitching going all the way around inside the scallop rectangle? Love it. And look at this piece here with the little holes all the way around. You could actually stitch some of your linen thread through there and tie a bow at the front. Wouldn't that be pretty? Oh, I'm not going to do that today, but I just thought of that. So pretty. Okay, so that's going to be, we're going to use that on our card today. As well, we'll put that off to the side for a second. We're going to use 2 pieces. So you're going to get all of this in your card kit, okay? Next week on Monday, I'll be prepping these kits for you. This is a piece of that designer series paper, 1 inch by 5.5. I'm going to put one at the bottom and one at the top on this card. I'm going to pull in that fresh freesia. All right, let's grab my liquid glue and we'll put this on. Okay, so get the glue flowing. There we go. Okay, and we're going to just lay these pieces down. Sometimes you just need a little pop of color from the designer series paper. You don't need, you know, like a big piece. A little bit goes a long way. So this paper will last you a long time. Let's turn it this way. Trying to see if there's a right and a wrong side. Okay, so there we go. We've got that. Now, we're going to just move these off to the side for a second. I want to share with you what I'm going to do. So I'm bringing in the dies, and the one I want to use is this one right here. So we're going to do one of those pull tab dies, okay? And there's a bit of a trick to it. It's pretty easy. So what we want to do, I have 3 pieces of basic white cardstock here, and they're all the same size. Now you could also die cut this, but you'd have to do 3 dies the same. But basically, I've got 3 pieces of basic white, the same size, and we're going to stamp on one, and the other 2, we're just going to just leave off to the side for a second. So we're going to stamp on this one right here with fresh freesia. Let's bring in my fresh freesia ink. And we're going to stamp. The stamp that I'm using is this one right here with the tulips with the solid background. So I'm going to stamp that with fresh freesia. So tap, tap, tap on my ink pad, get it nice and juicy. And we're going to stamp that in the center. Let's move this off to the side so I don't put my arm in it. All right, so there we go. We're going to just hover over and then press down. Give it a good press to make sure all that ink leaves the stamp and goes into your cardstock. Boom, there we go. So we've got our fresh freesia. Now, this piece here, we're going to put this on top like so. But what I'm going to do is I want to grab one of these and I'm going to put it behind. We're going to cut through both of these at the same time. We're going to put the die on top. This one's going to stay flat. We don't want any die cutting on that one. Okay, so we've got our stamp with our extra piece underneath. Going to bring in a Post-it note because I don't want it to shimmy or move or anything on me. Going to put that right over top of the die, right on top like that, okay? So now we're going to run this through the machine with the 2 pieces of cardstock. This is my flat one. We'll be right back for that one. Okay, so bringing in my machine. I'm going to put this on here and make sure it all stays lined up and the Post-it notes in place. And we're going to put our top plate on. Hi, Cindy from Connecticut. Thank you for joining. And we're going to make sure everything's lined up here. Boom. There we go. Okay, we're rolling through. All right, so now let's see what we've got. We've got our 2 pieces of cardstock with the Post-it note and the die. And what we're going to do is gently remove the Post-it note. Okay, we're going to gently remove the die. All right, we'll put that back with the other dies. Then we're going to separate these 2 pieces of cardstock. Okay, separate. Okay, do you see what happened? I have my stamped image here with the perforated. So what happens with these, I didn't show you the close-up. So if you look at these dies, you'll see in the blade right here, I know it's really close, but I want to show you what's happening. There's a little stop in the blade. Do you see those little openings? Those are going to make your perforations, okay? So that when a person gets this, see how it's still attached, but just by those little tiny pieces of white cardstock, right? So this is the front of the card. This one, I am going to go ahead and pop this out like this. Now this becomes my template, okay? And you can go ahead and write template on there if you wanted to, but there's no need. I'm just going to take this, I'm going to place this over my other piece of white, like that, okay? So there's my template. So now what I want to do is bring in the stamp set and see what I'm going to stamp. This is what the person is going to see when they pull off that outside piece, and they're going to get that surprise underneath. So now we get to choose, and because it's photopolymer, you're going to be able to hide your greeting. So let's put underneath here, how about we sending you lots of love. Let's stamp that on the inside. So I'm going to grab Night of Navy, open my ink pad. I've got sending you lots of love here. We're going to tap, tap on the navy. And then with my cardstock lined up, I'm going to stamp that in that opening, okay? So Night of Navy, here we go. And we can stamp that right in here. Boom, there we go. So now we don't need this template anymore. That was just to help me line it up so that it would be positioned right behind the heart. Okay, you can hold on to this, you can write template, but remember, if you're going to use this again, then you're going to want to cut your paper, your rectangle, to be the same size, right? Or die cut it the same. So now this is going to get glued on here like this. Okay, so you see that? When the person pulls this tab, you can actually take your finger and bend it a little bit. When they pull it, that's what they're going to see. That's the hidden message, if you will. So we want to just add glue to the very edges of this piece, this front piece. You don't want to glue it shut, otherwise they won't be able to open it and reveal the secret message inside, right? Can you imagine all the different things you could put inside? You could write a message in there. You could put a picture. That would be fun. Put a little picture in there. That they would be so excited to pull that off and see a picture, like if you know, maybe a grandchild or a little, I don't know, a special person, right? So we're going to glue this shut. So you guys saw how I put that secret message in there. So that's going to be glued shut. So now we're just going to take our finger dauber, sponge dauber, and we're going to sponge the edges of this with some fresh freesia just to make it nice and soft. Add that beautiful purple color to the edges. I mean, you could do this with Night of Navy too. I'm just pulling in fresh freesia for mine here. Okay, we'll go all the way around the edges. Love my sponge daubers. They are so clean, easy to use. They fit on your finger. They make life very easy when it comes to adding color to all parts of your cardstock. Okay, so there's our front piece. So now what I'm going to do is bring in that Night of Navy scallop, and that's going to go right on the front of here. Look at that, with that beautiful scallop on the edges. Oh, I love it. Now this one, you can put more glue because we've got a couple of layers of white here. You're not going to see that rippling, so you can even put it in the middle if you wanted to. And we're going to anchor that. Whoops, there's my glue flipping over. Okay, so we're going to put that right in the middle of this Night of Navy piece. Okay. Boom, like that. Okay. Now let's bring back the card front. We're going to put that on here. But I thought when I was designing this card, I'm like, I like it, but I feel like something needs to go in the white space. So let's bring in the stamp set. They've got this cutest little heart here. Let's use that one. I thought I would pull that in and add some little fresh freesia hearts just to, you know, break it up a little bit and add a little bit more of the fresh freesia color. Okay, so there we go. We've got 3 hearts on there. Our greeting, I haven't glued that down yet, but we will. Our greeting is going to go on this white scallop piece. And for this one, we're going to use You're the Best. How about that? You're the best. And we're going to stamp with Night of Navy. Fits on this beautiful little scallop rectangle. Just hover over, stamp that right there. Boom. And then I'm going to bring that heart in again. Let's add a little heart on the greeting right down there. Okay. All right. I'm liking it so far. Okay. So let's glue this down. So we're going to grab our glue and we'll just add a rectangle of glue to that front panel. And we'll go ahead and put that right here like that. Okay, and then this piece is going to go down here, and I thought I would add dimensionals to the bottom part. So I'm using up my dimensionals. I cut them into little strips here. I'm just going to add my dimensionals to the bottom portion like that, because it's all about the depth and the thickness of our card, right? So the top portion of my card is kind of, whoa, no, that's not straight. Let's see if did I miss my wiggle room? No. Oh, that was lucky. I can straighten it up a little bit. I can straighten it up a teeny tiny bit. There we go. Okay. So what I was saying is the dimensionals, I want to put them towards the bottom because this is quite thick in the middle. We've got our card base, we've got the scallop Knight of Navy, then we've got 2 layers of white. So I put my dimensionals toward the bottom, and then I'm going to add like a little tiny line of glue at the top. And then we'll go ahead and put our greeting right down here like so. There we go. And now everything is in the same plane. So we want to tell our recipient that you can go ahead and open this, right? So the stamp set has a couple of different things. They have pull and they have open here. I like the little word pull. So we're just going to grab a piece of scrap paper here and we're going to stamp that little word pull with Knight of Navy. I'll stamp it right there. And then I'll just bring in my scissors and we'll snip that out. It doesn't have to be a punch or anything. You can just snip it with your scissors. It's just going to be a little indicator for the recipient to what they need to do. They need to pull that and reveal their secret message. Isn't this fun? I love this. I can't wait to do this for my kids. They're going to think this is super cool. Okay, so I call them kids even though they're adults. They'll always be kids, right? Okay, flip that over. Let's grab a mini dimensional and put on that. So let's grab my take your pick tool, pop a little mini dimensional on the back, and we'll put that right next to that little, let me hold this closer so you can see what I'm talking about, this little pull tab, okay? So there's the front, and I like this, and I was like, okay, it's great, but let's add a little bit of bling. So I'm bringing in my rhinestones, Rhinestone Basic Jewels, and I've got my Knight of Navy blend marker, and you can see I've put washi tape in the middle because this is one that I've not thrown away because it's fuzzy. I've used it. I've loved it. But look how much ink it has in it. Look, in no time at all, I inked up 3 of those rhinestones to make my own bling, right? If you don't have the color that you want, get the blend. Get the blend and make your own bling. Okay, so we're going to put one there. So I will send you 3 rhinestones in your kit that have been inked up with my blends. This one's got a little bit of glue on it. Okay, so there's our rhinestones, and that's the front of the card. Okay, so now let's go ahead and do something on the inside. I'm going to grab a piece of cardstock, and the inside, I thought I would, there's so many greetings in this stamp set. You can make all kinds of combinations. So we know we have underneath there, we have, what did I say? Sending you lots of love. I forgot what's under there. In the inside, I'm going to say, hooray, can't wait to see you. You could put you're simply amazing, because I put you're the best. Sending you lots of love. You're simply amazing. You could do that. If it's a birthday, you could say, hope your birthday's wonderful. Lots of different combinations. I know my sample I did, hooray, can't wait to see you. How about I do this one with you're simply amazing? So you're simply amazing. We'll grab that one. And we'll grab a block. Let's stamp with Knight of Navy. I'm just tapping it over here on the screen, off the screen. And we'll stamp that right there. Love the font. Love the font. Okay, beautiful. All right, you're simply amazing. Okay, and then how about we bring in some more of that designer series paper and match it. It's all about being matchy-matchy. Let's add a strip of designer series paper right there. And we can call this done. Oh my goodness. I am in love with these little interactive pieces. Okay, so now let's go ahead, put this on here. Got that little pop of color for the inside. Flip it over and add our glue. All right, there we go. What do you think? Do you guys like Fresh Freesia with Knight of Navy? I think that is such a great color combo. So pretty. I could have chosen to use Calypso Coral as my card base as well and pulled in those Calypso Coral flowers, but I did it with Fresh Freesia, but Calypso Coral would work just as well. What do you guys think? Do you like it, Krista? Thank you so much. Now this one is going, it needs one tiny heart. Oh, on the inside. Yes. Okay, I think that's what you meant. Okay, great suggestion. Let's add another heart on the inside. You're simply amazing. How about we add it right there? Look at that. Okay, great suggestion. See? You guys are amazing. And then, of course, you can always stamp the envelope as well with some hearts. You could put "You are the best" on the envelope. You could put this big one on the envelope. But it's so ready for my recipient to get this and like pull this off. And maybe they will take that and put it on their fridge as a little reminder of the pretty card that they received. Okay, thank you so much, you guys. I'm happy you guys like this one. Let me flip you around. Woo! All right, that was fun. I am having a blast playing with these Hooray for Surprises dies and stamps. So amazing. Stampin' Up, you know what? Every catalog, I always say it. I'm like, they never cease to amaze me what they come up with, right? Like, who would have known they'd come up with a die set that makes it so that you can like pull it apart and something very interactive. So it's almost like a fun fold every day, right? All right, take care, everyone. Have a great rest of your Tuesday. I hope it's not snowing, or if you want snow, I hope you're going to enjoy today. I'm going to be in here working, so it's okay. It can snow, because if it was sunny, I'd want to be out there. So anyway, it's all a good thing. It's all how you look at it, right? Have a great rest of your Tuesday. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.